Right, so it's the 5th of the 6th, 24, and it's another sunny day when they predicted cloud right through with no sun at all, by the way. This is for Sherborne. I looked at the forecast, the only grey cloud there is at 10 o'clock, and then it's a mixture of white, grey cloud for the rest of the day. I don't call this grey cloud, I call this sunshine Downing Street. I'm not certain now, but I've spoken to a few people about this sun problem, and like the forecast said, for the 5th of August 2024, it's supposed to actually be cloudy with no sunshine whatsoever. But as you can see, it's just sunny everywhere, and it's been sunny basically since I left to go out earlier. So I spoke to Clive, who's the manager where I live, and basically said it's cloudy, there's not been a peak of sun at all. I phoned my mother, she said there's been no sunshine whatsoever. So yeah, it's been done deliberately. Yeah, the government are doing it on purpose. The 5th of August 2024, they just want it to be sexual weather where I am. We've still got that grey cloud up there, look, all around me. All around. They're just holding that blue sky and sunshine out where I'm going. In a way where it's controlled, so it's going back and forth like someone playing a computer game, just holding that sun around me, and I'm getting pissed off of it. Just being sneaky about it. So the cloud cover that we just had lasted 3 minutes from when that last vehicle passed, and I tried to documenting. The last time I actually saw a bulb like that in someone's place, apart from families, was actually before the Cevennes threat. Since that time it's been LEDs. Right, so I made it inside the church, and obviously it's decided to cloud over on purpose. But if I go outside the church, what will happen is it will automatically become sunny, like it did the other day when I visited a place near, I've forgotten the name of it, Stallbridge. And that was a very bad day for the sunshine. And the whole day was predicted cloudy as well, and they just caused it to be sunny persistently. Like today, full cloud, it's supposed to be cloudy, no sunshine. And basically, apart from about 15 minutes, the whole day's been persistent sunshine with blue skies as well at times. So I'm very fucking annoyed. Anyway, they're very clever how they do it though, this cloud cover, and I'm going to explain that now. As I was walking to the bus station, it was mostly sunny, but there were some cloudy sections that occurred for just a few seconds here and there, but they were deliberately causing it to be cloudy at times. I'm trying to photograph evidence of setups or problems like the DX van to start with. And then the sun's back out. Get on the bus and it's full sunshine until a bike is angled around me tying to an erection up the road I live, in fact, or the second road where I live. Then it's completely sunny until I get to Sherborne. As I get off the bus at Sherborne, it starts to cloud over for about a couple of minutes, so about 4 minutes in total. As that cloud cover occurs, they decide to time a load of setups and suggestions, anything from a Jackson van to a Valence van to, I've forgotten the name of it, making the Lauren suggestion, the sex curse of Lauren, the Tesco vehicles. Now, Tesco is not really a suggestion as such, but I have to photograph the evidence of a Tesco van because it goes into that curse of the sexy Lauren curse, of the sun curse, which goes against me, and I've not had sex in my whole life, which is a painting which I'll explain in a minute. So then I get back on the bus. There's 2 times where the sun went in for a few seconds, so less than half a minute, maybe less than a quarter of a minute, I don't know. As 2 vehicles passed on the road that I tried photographing, but I failed to get the evidence of what, the setups at that time. Then it clouded over for another few minutes, and as I got off the bus there was a gap van time, so I managed to photograph that. It remained cloudy, so I went into the church and I was in there about a minute before the sun came up, and then it was sunny until I got back on the bus to go to Sherborne, and then it was sunny when I was in Sherborne. Then for about 1 minute it decided to suddenly go into grey cloud, from sunshine, full sunshine to grey cloud, just for a minute, just for 1 minute, if that, maybe hitting the minute if you're lucky. And 2 people started on me saying that I'm meant to have been smashed out, and said he's already meant to be smashed out and fucking knifed in, saying I'm a woman beater, a wife beater, a rapist, and child beater and rapist, saying that I beat my wife and kids when I don't have a family because I've never had anyone. And then obviously the sun came back out, and then I filmed the sunny weather at Sherborne after I had a phone call from someone to explain that it was a cloudy day today and it was only sunny where I was, and then I started to film the evidence. But I did already know that, but there was confirmation on that phone call. That was where someone phoned me up quickly. So then I started doing some videos to start filming the sunny weather cursing me. So I went to Sir Abbas, and when I went to Sir Abbas, sun persistently on the bus right until I got to Sir Abbas, and it was persistent at Sir Abbas, and I was getting a bit of a headache from it as well, I noticed. And it was just persistent sunshine. Then there's a 15-second cloud cover gap, just to let a granny pass on a Zimmer frame in my direction. Then it decided to go back into full-blown sunshine again for another 45 minutes until a car with one light out in my direction. As that car with one light in my direction occurred, there was about 10 seconds of cloud cover done in an automatic controlled way for that car to pass in the cloud, and then sunny again straight after. After that, it became sunny right through until basically I reached the church. As I went to film the light bulb, which is on this recording, that is the exact time the sun started to go down. I'm not sure if I captured any sun glare in that picture, but since I've been in this church, it went cloudy. So as you can see now, it's cloudy. After being in this church for about 10 minutes, like at Stallbridge the other week, I decided to walk out the church and it suddenly turned sunny again. So after a few minutes later, I decided to go out the church again, and it suddenly turned sunny again, timed as I walk out the church. And I went to film it this time. Unfortunately, the battery cut off, so I couldn't get the evidence of that. And then obviously I ended up doing the recording that I'm doing now. Right, there's some people in the church that I left, and they just want to get malicious about it. Ramming penis up, motorbike. Crow ha 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 as a bike is slammed to my penis, and 12 more incidents of bike to fucking penis. Also, when I went to walk up the road, I had to put a big fat gun looking 1960s, 70s vehicle in my direction, possibly 50s, and then straight after that a Cresta vehicle, where I managed to make it back in the church and I stopped them to get pictures. So we're going to go with what they want. Well, I'm not going to fucking take pictures because they're just getting fucking nasty with the setups. But anyway, let's go on about what this law and curse is for you that don't know what it means. 2015, 2016, there's a specific painting on the internet that I looked at. Didn't take much notice of it, I just remember it looking like Lauren, who works in Tesco's, but a bit more sexual looking, smoother skin than Lauren. However, Lauren did have sexual smooth skin, but they made this specific painting look like it's more like Amanda Millis's type of skin, what she sort of had. Maybe Stephanie Joe, I'm not quite sure what sort of skin she had when she was a younger age. Hard to say, but regardless of all that, or saying that soft or smooth skin, all my enemies have been with smoother than that. They've been with all these blonde types. But anyway, let's cut that out the frame a minute and just get to this curse painting. I went to Yandles in Martock in 2023, which is last year, and obviously I've been cursed with the sun for many, many years, and but it seemed to be more slyly cursed basically from the time I saw the painting on the postcard being sold, basically from that time onwards. So basically this card is the painting that I saw. I didn't take much notice of it at the time. I thought it's too hot, it's sunny. I remember the picture and that's all I took to it. And so I remembered a few things as I was walking to the bus stop and thought, hang on, I need to go back and get evidence of this. There's too much on there to ignore. But that was never to be. And when I went to go on the bus again, the bus was packed, it was hot and sunny. And eventually when I did go back there, it was no longer selling as a postcard. And then obviously the lady who worked there gave me the details of the card, the person who painted it, and said it's a big selling picture, in fact. But I lost that piece of information. 3 months later, I had a look on the internet through that time and nothing was on there. I went back to Yandles and she couldn't remember the name of the person that painted it. And I was being insulted as this person called Savem when I was in there. And that's one of the reasons Lauren doesn't like me. I mean, it might not be suggesting Lauren. It just looks very similar to Lauren, but it also looks very similar to the not just the Lauren curse in Tesco's, but very similar looking to this lady that has her hands up in the air wearing a blue light coat, smiling on the Nectar One advert that's currently being shown on eBay when you sign in on eBay. So that's basically what she looks like. But again, these two people are just similarities. It's very difficult to explain the exact details of this person that's on the painting. Anyway, let's go to this painting, shall we? It's got a picture of a man that's got a boy suggestion. They make it look like it's a boy, but it's a man, with a very similar looking appearance and face to my face, in fact. Same nose shape, and not quite, but in some ways you could say it looks very similar to me. He's got a torch in one hand and a notepad or clipboard in the other hand. And obviously he's got a backpack on and he's walking through this woodland track, and it's cloudy and rainy, but this woman in the sky has her legs behind a cloud, and she is got her hand out doing a sexual pose with her mouth with a straight lip, like a sort of pose, and applying that she's a sexy lady that's going to give sex to this person on the path, in a way where she's trying to edge this person on the path on in the way that they designed this abstract painting. Throughout time, since I saw that picture, and I never purchased it, I've not managed to get that picture, they've deliberately caused it to be sunny every day wherever I go, and cursing me with the sun in a deliberate way, but they're violating me with the sex, because it's a sexual painting, and they want to cause trouble, violating me with this specific painting, because I don't like sunny weather. And obviously when they're violating me with this painting, it's cloudy where everyone else is, or raining where everybody else is, and they're cursing me blue skies and sunshine, and it's causing me a lot of trouble, and it's causing me to feel fucking ill, and I'm getting pissed off of it. It's sort of making me bad-tempered at times, because I just won't stop it. But they're violating me with the sex. And we come into late 2023, they even timed a lookalike to this Lauren, but on this occasion it was only a teenage girl, and she was a bit more uglier looking with rougher skin than this Lauren, who was somewhere in her high 20s or early 30s, I guess, when I knew her, when she was working at Tesco's before I moved from Burnham-on-Sea. But then it was a few years before I saw her from that time, because she's already got a boyfriend called Mike now, and that person called Mike thinks I'm Saven, and she now has 2 ginger-haired boys, and she doesn't like me at all if she sees me. It would go into threats by her husband, and I've nearly been smashed out by her husband because of this Saven business. But anyway, let's forget all that, because she's out of frame. It's no longer applicable when it comes to that specific person. So there's got to be a replacement. Well, their replacement with the suggestion 2023 is what I just mentioned, this lookalike, and she was wearing a t-shirt saying no sex. So they're starting to get nasty about it. So they want to continue doing it, and I'm getting the evidence and putting it on the internet every single day of it being sunny. So what they're doing now is they're deliberately trying to say they're replacing it with someone who sexually abused me as a child as a replacement to this Lauren lookalike, or this sexy person that they're trying to apply with this cursed painting. And they've also had to take this picture off the internet because I couldn't find it, and it's also had to be this postcard has had to be taken out of the card shops as well. So they need to disguise something, don't they? However, regardless of doing that, they're keeping that curse on me with that Lauren sexual curse painting, and they're still stopping me get sex, and they're doing it in a violating way. So how it works is, you might get the cloud, but you won't get the sex. I need the cloudy weather, and I know I'm not going to get sex because people moan about my age will stop me getting sex, because I'm 43 coming up 44 years of age. But they don't give a shit about that. All they care about is, we want you fucking cursed with that sun, and we're going to fucking violate you with sunshine and blue skies. You accept that it's sexual weather, and we don't give a fuck. We stabbed you in the back. That's their fucking answer to it. So they know that they're violating me, and they're taking the piss out of me and doing it spitefully, and there's nothing you can do about it. And it's going to continue. It's going to continue for how long they can keep on doing this. They got the sun in that sky mathematically arranged to all the movement of cars or vehicles or t-shirt names that are on the road or people walking. They got it controlled in that way, and they just want to fucking take the piss, basically. And when that occurs, they're causing it to deliberately be cloudy at those times of when this issue occurs. But when it comes to me, apart from times of when I need to take pictures of evidence or setups or anything like that, is sunny. But they're trying to disguise it to make it look like, when I've taken photographs and put it on the internet of today's problems, they want to try and make it look like it's cloudy. And let's just go out, let's see if it's sunny when I go out, because they keep on doing it. Every fucking time I walk out, they cause the sun to come out. Might be a one-off, but let's just see. Well, I walked out. It's not actually sunny as such, but it's hazy sunshine. And then it turned into cloud as I switched off the camera. And then obviously it went cloudy as I came back in here. So they tried it, but the evidence on this occasion wasn't great. Right, I can't spend much time doing more on this video because of how long it takes to upload on the internet. But I will just mention something, and that is the problem with this sex curse is they're not taking into account my age and the fact that women moan about people's ages. It's not like it was in the 1960s, 70s, 80s, or even up to the mid-1990s, where you could get an 18-year-old that would go with someone 50 or 60 years of age, and it was seen as okay. Prostitutes would do that all the time. You'd even have child prostitutes back in those days. But obviously, because things are more restricted these days and people are more tight on regulations on how to keep people safe and all the rest of it, you don't get prostitutes like that, and you certainly don't get prostitutes that are children anymore. Well, that's not really applicable, but back in those days, that was all occurring. Sid James and Barbara Windsor are two people from the Carry On Camping and Carry On films, which were released in the 1960s. Well, believe it or not, there was a massive age gap between them, and they were in a sexual relationship, and it was seen as normal. They were even making music tracks. Even in the 1990s, there was music tracks that were saying that this is, about men going with older women, or with older women, or vice versa, basically. It was seen as the normal. And this is why people are saying that any music that come out before 2003 is sick music, and digging at all music. And this is why people are saying underground music's got to be killed off, and that people who have got CDs have to be blinded with laser, or people that have records need to be shot dead, or stuff like that, because they want to do away with that sort of music of the past. They're trying to change everyone's minds and manipulate the older people or the older generation, not taking into account the people that have had a bad life, haven't had nothing at all, and they want to force you into their manipulation program as well, which goes against you in some ways, So it's all like that. So, back in those days, you were even being told to go with sick-looking faces, or people that are really ugly looking, or you're known as a sick bastard. It's different today, much different, and unfortunately, where I've had such an unlucky life, and they left it too late, that's the problem. So how are we going to repair this Lauren curse then, Christ? Because I call it the Lauren curse. I mean, the painting doesn't identically look like it's Lauren, but it's got similarities there. She's got one of those types of faces that I need to find a picture of and put it on there. In some ways, you basically could put Kylie Minogue and Britney Spears, when she was a younger person, together, mixing the two faces together. It could possibly suggest that in some ways. It's very difficult to explain what this person looks like. I'm going to try and get hold of that painting. If I can, I'll get a picture of it. I need to get that picture. That's the problem. I can't find it, and I can't get it on the internet because they've taken it off everywhere, and they've taken it off the shop shelves. But if I can get it, I would definitely put it up there because I need that evidence. Right, so obviously it's time to go now, so because I've got to get this. Oh, a bike timed. Is that a black car? No, grey, blue, and bike timed.